Edward J. Lynch, family man, married to Jennifer, father of Edward and Isabella, 10-year-old twins, running for a congressional seat. It's not that great for families most of the time. You're going to have to, live between Washington and your home here. But, if you're committed to serving your country, this is a heck of a good way to do it.
Well, and you mentioned something before, and I'm not running for completely unselfish reasons or completely selfish. I'm running for my kids. I really want them to have someplace better, an opportunity that, and I think that we're right now at the crux or the fork in the road where we can have absolutely 100%, and all these doomsayers can just shut up now because we can have the best time of prosperity that this country's ever had. We're right there. We can do it if we just go that way.
Right.
And it's right there. It's all common sense. Just do it. Have a little vision to look down the road.
We have to determine that we're going to be a sovereign nation, that we're going to protect ourselves, and that we're going to do what's in the best interest of our people. I say that to every candidate who comes in here. Stop worrying about what the rest of the world thinks of us. What Duncan Hunter said is the most profound comment ever. We're the ones who show up when there's a flood. We're the ones who show up when there's an earthquake. We're the ones who show up when you don't have soldiers to fight your wars. We send our men and women to die in your battlefields for you. I will never apologize for the United States of America.
Absolutely. And you know what? Look what's happening in China right now. I mean, we're worried about China. Why? They're in desperate measures right now. They don't know what to do. Right. They have 5 million people that are homeless, or 50 million people. An earthquake wiped them out. Look how resilient America is. We have hurricanes and tornadoes and floods, and I mean, every bad thing that could possibly happen, we have, and we get through it. And no one comes to our aid. We really don't have all these countries pouring in money all the time.
I'm trying to remember who came for Katrina. Did France send the contingent? I don't remember that. I do remember that Bill O'Reilly wouldn't let me eat French fries for a while. But let's go to some of the constituents. 877-850-8585. Mike in Hollywood, you have our ear. Mike, go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Lynch. I
Mike.
really like what I'm hearing, and I'll tell you honestly, I wish you were in my district. I believe I'm in the 21st, Wasserman Schultz.
Oh.
But I mean, you speak to me like the old Blue Dog Democrats, and that's the kind of Democrats my family has supported for years. And two reasons why I left the Democratic Party after 35 years of being a registered Democrat was, well, firstly, to vote for Ron Paul in the primary, but also the other half of the equation was I get tired of the way the Democratic Party went over the years as ultra-liberal and entitlement rich, entitlement granting Democrats, and you don't come off that way to me.
Well, he's not a Democrat, he's a Republican. He's a Republican.
Well, again, I'm running as an American.
Republican?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
No, well, well, there you go.
Now it makes more sense,
anyway.
right?
Well, I'm running as on the American ticket. I mean, that's the bottom line. I don't care if it's good for America. It's good for America. I don't care who came up with the idea. When a congressman screws it up, it was an American that screwed it up. When it's a congressman that fixes it, it's an American that fixed it. I don't care which side of the aisle you come from. In fact, we should have no more aisle. It's getting to the point now where people are more concerned, or elected politicians, and for lack of a better word, politicians, they're more concerned with their re-election campaign than they are with what's good for America. They're more concerned with what the lobbyists are going to say, or the PACs are going to say, or they're more concerned with what big companies are going to say, or the unions. Or the bottom line is, if it's good for America, it's good for America. Shut up and get over it.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Yeah, I apologize for confusing you with being running.
For confusing you with a
Democrat.
That's okay, Mike. You and I used to be confused ourselves. So Mike actually came into the studio when I registered as a Republican. He and I both changed our registrations simultaneously on the air. Him to vote for Ron Paul, me to vote for Duncan Hunter. He stayed in the Republican Party. I have already left, but that's okay. It's not a primary. I can vote for you. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for your call and your support. Let's go to Paul in Fort Lauderdale. You're on News Talk 850 WFTL.
Hi, Joyce. Thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I'd like to ask Mr. Lynch, well, I heard that you run a construction company, and since you're for Americans, do you know for a fact that you and your company did not hire any illegal immigrants? Because I know that they're swamped in that field.
Well, I can tell you this. I know for a fact I don't, because I do federal projects, so I'm obligated to put in certified payrolls and submit them to the government. They come up and perform audits on my jobs. Now, That being said, sometimes I'm not sure if all of my subs do that, but I can tell you this. I'm
Right.
obligated to collect certified payrolls from them, and I turn them into the government also. So while I can't tell you, whether or not every person is legal, I can tell you that I don't have a habit of hiring anyone that doesn't give me the proper documentation. And so we haven't had an issue of it. But I know it's something that's very important, especially in the construction trades.
Right. And are you for the bill that penalizes companies that does hire illegal immigrants?
I'm for any bill that penalizes companies for breaking the law. If you're doing something that's not right and that we have laws against, then you should be penalized for it, period. Now, with regards to whether I'm for a specific bill, that's always difficult to answer because I'm sick and tired of the earmarks and little special interest clauses that they throw in these amendments at the end of the bill before it gets passed. So sometimes I might actually be against a bill that'd be a great bill in and of itself. And, when you add an earmark on there, and I think, for the record, that all earmarks are wrong, even for children's hospitals, because that means in that state there were 5 children's hospitals that did all of the right work, that put in all of the paperwork, waited online, and then someone came to them and said, well, because you support us, we're just going to give you this money. So I'm against all earmarks, period.
Oh, boy, you're fighting an uphill battle, but that's a great thing. I need someone with vision, someone with courage. That's why we're all supporting Alan West in this crowd, and we're now obviously supporting Edward Lynch in this crowd because we're just looking for some candidates who stand for something, who are willing to put their beliefs on the line and to do something for the American people. I'm tired. I'm tired of the same old, same old.
And I'll tell you what, you put a lot more than that on the line when you run for office. I have been amazed with the number of supporters from the other side that have called me up, that have called my neighbors, that have told me they're going to destroy my life, that have crashed my website, so we have to get this double firewall protection stuff that I don't understand.
Yeah, those tolerant liberal people that are attacking.
It's amazing how they come out and they say that. And
yes.
it boggles my mind because they don't understand I'm really doing this for the right reason. And, maybe if they were more concerned with America than they are concerned with their own, special interests or their own candidate that they think.
In the pocket.
Yeah.
EdwardLynch08.com is the website, EdwardLynch08.com. Yes. Go to it, support these candidates. If you don't, they are never going to be able to stand up to the lunatic crowd in Washington. Thanks for coming in, Edward.
Oh, absolutely. It's my pleasure.
You're welcome anytime.
Thank you
Bring
very much.
him and Alan on at the same time and just do Klein and Wexler in one fell swoop.